Studio 5004 podcast. It's just going to be me today. Carson's going to be doing some other things for school, but with my guy Gabe Okmin. I've known him pretty much since like fifth grade, but I also knew his cousin. But yeah, how you doing? Been up?
I'm good, man. It's nice to be on, and like you said, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah,
Just kind of through rec ball and AAU ball, and then into high
yeah,
school. So it's fun to do this.
yeah. No, we started out with invitation only. With yeah, I was in fifth grade. You were what, seventh grade, eighth grade, 2 years
I
above me.
must have been like seventh.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
he's like 2, 3 years above me. But yeah, we ended up going to like the same high school, University High School in Los Angeles. But yeah, so you just graduated from Oregon?
yeah. I just graduated this past June, and now I'm back in LA. But I went
Yeah,
to UL, University of Oregon,
yeah,
and
that's what's up. How you like it there?
I liked it, man. I had a really good experience. Obviously, great athletics, great people,
Yeah,
great atmosphere. Um, I was in the J school, the journalism school, so that's kind of looked at as one of the best in the country. So I had a really good experience.
yeah, that's what's up. So you like growing up, I mean, obviously we both played basketball and stuff, but what made you want to like transition into like music? Because like obviously like yeah, just talk about it.
I always had an interest and love in it, but I feel like I didn't start like seriously wanting to do it like low key until Mr. Sabah's
Yeah,
class. When I was like in the choir, like I was in the school jazz choir and
yeah.
whatnot. So that kind of like made it cool for me to do it. And then as soon as I got into college, I just kind of was like, fuck it. Like, am
Yeah.
I allowed to curse on you?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was
I
fun.
was like, yeah, man, well, I'm gonna just do this. Why not?
Yeah. So like, how would you like how did you like record and like go about like the music process while at school?
Bro, at first it just started in the dorm room with
Yeah,
like a USB
yeah,
mic setup and whatnot. It was me and one other dude, Sam.
yeah,
Um, and then from there, as we got more knowledgeable and better, it kind of evolved to like bigger studio spaces and better like
yeah.
recording atmospheres.
hmm Is it like is there any like artists that you look at now that you sort of like took like to like involve in like your music style?
Like big artists,
Yeah, big artists or like just anybody like growing up like listening to or something like that.
it's always Drake for me.
Drake. Yeah,
That's like my number one of all time.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, but there's a bunch. Party, Bieber.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's like those three are pretty much have been my top three for a minute.
yeah. Because like I would say like everybody like sort of takes in like sort of like those few guys like of course Drake like everybody thinks Drake is like the number one like hip hop rap guy like in the industry as of right now just overall and then Bieber is pop but how would you just like how would you describe like your style because like for me listening to your like music it's like a little bit different.
I think it's definitely like at least right now, kind of rooted in R&B, but there's some pop
Yeah,
elements, some worldly elements, um, but melodic and
yeah,
comfortable and I don't know, just groovy a little bit.
yeah. I always get whenever I listen to it whether it's like in the backyard when I'm back home in LA like lifting with like my buddies and shit it's always like uplifting and always like a good vibe. So
That's
yeah,
fire to hear. Can I ask you a question real
yeah,
quick?
yeah, go for it.
What do you listen to and like what's like the typical music in the locker room right now this season?
Uh, Locker room. So last year it was like mainly Young Boy because BR Baton Rouge, but this year we got a lot of like different guys like we only have two guys from Louisiana on the team, but Lil Dirk is one for sure. Young Boy is still for sure, and then got definitely Lil Baby and Drake for sure. Lil Gunna too. Yeah, but other than that,
Fire.
yeah. Yeah, we just get into it. Oh yeah, last year we also listened to like this BR rapper. Pretty sure he's BR. His name was like HD for President. He just got like big through like TikTok on like one of his songs. But yeah, other than that, basically just like hip hop and like rap because we like to like get hype before stuff. But other than that, nothing crazy.
That's fire. Makes sense. Makes sense for sure.
How like what's the music like? What's like the music like in Oregon? Like, is there anything different than Cali or just like pretty similar?
Yeah, it's different, honestly. As far as like the people's taste, mainstream wise, it's pretty similar because it's going to be all the top artists like the Drakes of the world. But once you get into the real music scene up in Oregon, it's a lot of like indie,
Yeah,
a lot of like bedroom pop stuff, and yeah, more into that world, less like rap or R&B.
yeah, for sure. All right, so we talked about music, but something that I've always like listened through my dad and stuff. Like obviously, I looked up to you in a way, like for basketball, and also because you've just been an awesome dude. But you've also taken on like a job slash internship with the Rams. How's that been so far?
Yeah, that's been an amazing experience. So I've been with the Rams since they moved to LA back in 2016. I was lucky enough to uh, be with their equipment staff
Yeah,
every summer throughout the whole training camp. That's kind of how I spent my summers, I guess, from junior year of high school until COVID hit. But I was lucky enough to get back at it this past year and work all the home games, uh, including the big one, obviously.
yeah. Like how was the Super Bowl like? Like just to be there and like work. Like you were on the sidelines, right?
Yeah, man, I was on the sidelines. It's hard to put into words. It definitely took a minute for it to sink in just because it's such a bigger than life
Yeah,
experience. But bro, it was a spectacle. Like it was definitely more than a football game.
yeah.
It was wild to be there for that.
Man, I'm sure like the energy was crazy to be in there, especially like it's like I don't know how like how would you like describe like the difference between like SoFi Stadium and the Coliseum? How would you like really like depict that?
Well, for one, the Coliseum's outdoors, so
It's,
it's going to be different with the sun and weather, but
yeah,
also the vibe because that's such a historic stadium that it just gives off a different aura than SoFi. Like, not better or worse, but it's just different. With SoFi, it's climate controlled, it's modern, it's huge. There's all types of uh, like cool stores and booths inside, and it's also turf as opposed to grass in the
yeah,
Coliseum. So there's a bunch of differences, but they're both special in different ways.
yeah. So what was it like after the game? Because like I saw you holding like the Lombardi Trophy, and then also just being able to be in the locker room with them celebrating. So what was it like?
After the game was nuts, bro. When we got that stop, it was just kind of like a moment of shock, and we were running around the field, the confetti's falling.
Yeah,
And then I was right there for the trophy presentation, which was amazing, and just a lot of pictures, a lot of friends and family down on the field, hugging, crying, smiling, all that. And then the party kind of continued into the locker room after everyone was done with their media
yeah.
responsibilities. And it was just like a big turn up from there.
Yeah, I would have like if I was in your position, I would have been like grabbing like confetti, putting it in, just like just taking like different like things just to like have for myself. It would have been fucking lit. But no, yeah,
Some cool little comments.
uh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I got you, I got you.
Okay,
Well,
all
like
right.
we can edit that, yeah,
Yeah, I bet. No, I was just saying I got some cool little mementos, so
yeah,
it was definitely fun.
yeah. So I saw like you like took a few pictures. All the pictures we'll like try to put it on here, but um, yeah, like I saw you take a couple pictures with Cooper Cup. And a video of you like of like Drake or not Drake, sorry, OBJ dancing and stuff in the fucking locker room. What was it like?
Yeah, bro. Coop is the man. That's
Yeah,
not only one of the best football players in the world, but he's one of the best dudes too. So I was real glad to see him and Odell get a ring because those are just two great guys.
yeah. No, I mean, Odell, I mean, yeah, OBJ, like he came from LSU and now he's in LA. Like it's starting to like switch. But yeah, that's awesome. It was like awesome to see like even though like everybody out here was like was rooting for like the Cincinnati Bengals, like it was nice to see like a few like LSU players get it, like especially Andrew Whitworth. Like man, that man is like retiring now. He's like one of the oldest dudes in the league. It was cool to see that.
I was gonna say you definitely had some LSU representation in that game. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was like five, I think. Pretty sure.
Do people up there like are they obsessed with Burrow? Is he the man?
Yeah, he's like the king out here. For like there's murals in like every bar.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely different out here for that sake. But yeah, who would you say like your like favorite athlete or like obviously football player on the team is?
It's
Or like
hard not to
yeah,
go with Cooper.
yeah, Coop just seems like
He's
a nice guy.
he's such a good dude. Whitworth is a very, very good dude too. But
Yeah,
bro, that's a really tough question. That's a really good question.
yeah,
I would have to go with Coop.
hmm yeah, Coop. Like his story's crazy too. Like with like him and his like it's his wife now, right? Yeah, his wife. Like what they went through in college, what she did for him.
Or like supporting him and whatnot.
Yeah, that's power couple vibes right there.
Facts.
Yeah. So like obviously like going back to basketball, like we like played like with each other when we were younger. Um so like from high school, what made you like really like want to like just go a different route, just go to Oregon for like school and also getting into music? Like what made you want to stop basketball? Even though I know it must have been tough.
It was super tough and it was a weird situation because I was playing a pretty high level uh like AAU game with Compton Magic, not their elite team, but like
Yeah,
Magic West.
yeah, yeah.
And obviously a high level in high school in the Western League going up against,
Fairfax.
Chester and Fairfax, all those guys.
Yeah,
So, and I thought that's what I wanted in college pretty much throughout all of like middle school and high school.
yeah,
But I started to realize that my opportunities were pretty much going to be like D3,
yeah,
JUCO, and that is amazing. Like college basketball is college basketball. I just kind of wanted the big school feel. I wanted to go to
yeah,
football games and you know tailgate and get the big atmosphere. So that was just a choice I made, and I was cool with it. Although it did suck to
yeah, yeah.
stop playing super competitively.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's how I really felt like like in my senior year, cause and also it was COVID too, which kind of sucked because it kind of skewed uh my options as much. But yeah, I didn't really want to go like the D3 route. Nothing against it, just I wanted yeah the college like the full like big school like option, and just wanted to go to like football games, wanted to experience everything at a high level. So like that's
There's
what
definitely something. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. It's just it's a different feel, and it's cool to experience that. I feel like we're lucky to like I mean, go to two of the biggest and best schools in the country. So we have that awesome experience.
no,
I think it's
yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Like I wouldn't change this for a bit, even though it's like really tough, like the basketball here. Like especially as a walker, I know a lot of times you just use it as like a dummy, but like a like practice dummy. But yeah, it's definitely something that I would take forever. And like also the connections you make is awesome. Like the guys that I made like friends with on the team, like the people outside of basketball, and everybody involved in it. Is there anybody on like the sports teams out in Oregon that you like became friends with or like being like gotten close with at all? Or you just stuck with students?
actually to keep it in the Western League. I don't
Yeah.
know if you remember Will Johnson. You probably do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poly lefty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He walked on at Oregon, and he ended up being on the team all 4 years. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with him. But yeah, I was cool with a couple football players. No one, I wasn't like extremely tight with any of those guys, but it's just kind of like a different world up there. But um, yeah, I don't know. For you guys, are you guys like pretty family oriented as a team and whatnot?
Yeah, like we're all pretty cool. Like especially we like throughout the summer and stuff, we'd always like do like team bonding stuff. But I'm like really good friends with a lot of like the gymnasts, a few of the football players. I'm pretty social like out here, so yeah, I like to like meet all the other athletes, and also I've been pretty cool with like some like regular like students, whether it's like Greek life or just regular. But yeah, but yeah, I thought this was like this fun for sure. But I think I'm gonna put your like your socials or whatever like in the like the description just to get a better like look into your life. But yeah, is there anything like in the future that you're working on right now or just planning to do that you would let people know?
Definitely more music,
Yeah,
not with any, ulterior motive or like, I mean, just pretty much creating to create for the right reasons and
yeah,
just embracing that bravery and whatever it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep attacking every day, man, and try to grow as much as possible. How about
yeah.
you? You got any plans? Tell the people.
I mean, I want to like obviously like push forward with this podcast because we're like starting to get there. Uh, Basketball mainly right now. I mean, just for college, and I don't know. We'll see how where it takes off. I mean, obviously I'll talk to you more about certain things, but uh, yeah. I mean, obviously everybody should check out your music, but also I do think you know this guy named like Mike. Like, he's like on Spotify and just all that music. But I feel like he's like very similar to you, like not just straight like hip hop. It's like a little bit of everything.
Text me a link.
Yeah, for sure. I will. All right, appreciate it.
Big bet, man. Thank you for having me.